I've just been reading a fascinating book by a man called David Waltham. The title is Lucky Planet: Why Earth is Exceptional and What That Means for Life in the Universe. As far as I'm aware, the author is not a Christian, doesn't hold a particular religious view, but his thesis is fascinating. With all the talk in the press at the moment about is there life elsewhere in the universe, another galaxy has been discovered, there's a special mission that's been commissioned to Mars, are we alone in space? He reaches a conclusion that we're not going to find life anywhere else. And the reason for his thesis is quite simply this: what scientists have called the Goldilocks Enigma. If you remember the story of Goldilocks and the three bears, she tasted some porridge that was too hot, some porridge that was too cold, but then found the porridge that was just right. And what he and others who share his view say is life is absolutely perfect for life on this planet, whereas it can't be sustained anywhere else in the known universe. He finishes his book, the last two sentences say this: on Earth we have laughed, loved and wondered at the beauty of the world and the universe around us. We are part of an extraordinary miracle, and I, for one, feel very lucky. It's a pity that that last word is the wrong one. We're not lucky, we're blessed. And instead of marvelling at the wonders of Mother Nature, we should be extolling the virtues of Father God. Paul found himself in the intellectual capital of his world, Athens. And when he had an opportunity to address some of the leading thinkers, this is how he began his sermon. The God who made the world and everything in it is the Lord of heaven and earth, and doesn't live in temples built by hands. He's not served by human hands as if he needed anything, because he himself gives all men life and breath and everything else. From one man he made every nation of men, that they should inhabit the whole earth, and he determined the time set for them and the exact places where they should live. When Paul went to Athens, he gave the learned philosophers of his generation a God framework by which they could understand the world around them. It's often been pointed out that Paul doesn't quote the Old Testament because for most of these people they wouldn't know what the Old Testament was. But what he does is he takes the theology of the Old Testament and applies it in the world in which he found himself. And he used language that people could understand, quoting even from Greek poet philosophers to support his case. Here at Moorlands, unashamedly, we want to teach people Christian theology. We want to introduce them to the wonder of the greatest book in the world, the Bible. We also want to give them tools that help them translate and interpret that message in language that people can understand and in thought forms that they can relate to. So in a world where science seems to be elevated above everything else, we say science is wonderful because it answers the how question. Theology is richer still because it answers the question why.